What is going on, guys? This is your boy Frankie Bones, and in today's video we are going to be doing episode number 2 of our CDL map breakdown series, where today we go over to our Bagra Fortress to go over the 3 modes that are played on this map. Now, in the near future, hopefully this is not the case, but we'll see potentially what maps may come with the Season 2 update coming in the middle of February. But here we are starting off on Hardpoint. This is going to be a really key spot. This is called Dubstone Steps or Pyramid Steps. This is what you're going to need to block the spawns for rotating to P2. But going over some callouts, we have art, so this would be low art. We have cannon, so this is sort of cannon heady spots. Can sit behind this and sort of snake this as people come across. This is P1 truck right here. People like to sit in here, as you can contest in this spot. This is another pretty key truck, which we'll go over later. Here we have benches. Just going through a couple of callouts really quick. Obviously, as I go through, this is dub windows or top boat. As you can see up there is a sailboat. We have gate over here, which is where the opposing team will spawn over here. This little building, which is going to be key as well throughout all of the maps, is green, or you can call this maps. I prefer to call it maps, but a lot of teams call it green as well. Top green, green balk, art balk. But off the break as well, this is top solo, so a really popular strategy and something that's really effective on this map is trying to trap people back in the spawns on this side. So you can do that by either going top solo, you can go top dubs, you can send somebody out P1 to sort of prevent people from diving across into the benches area. You can come over here to this arch, which is called closed, where you can see the gates are sort of closed. Guess you can call this inner as well, but closed and open are 2 pretty consistent callouts. The P1 on this hill is the 6th lowest average hill time across all of the hard points. So it's really a contest fest trying to get set up for P2, which we have over here on the stage. Again, if you can try and keep that spawn trap and keep them pushed back, that's really ideal. You can have people sitting here on outer, where you're sort of protected from this side over here. You can have people pushed up in closed over here on this side. This is the first money hill on the map. You can also have people pushed up over at P1, so you can sort of watch the cross as people come across. If you get things set up ideally, they'll be spawning back over there. You can have people here in low art playing their life, making sure nobody's pushing through, trying to get through here and around the back to sort of break in this way. These are double doors. Up here is top U, so this is going to be a pretty critical spot to be able to hold the pushes there. Come back to stone steps. You can watch people trying to flank. And again, down here in bottom art. So this is the first money hill. You're going to want to rotate early. Again, to try and block the spawns, you can stand over there on stone steps, as well as being pushed out over here to open. Essentially just trying to get the map control and manipulate all the spawns, which, as we saw in the first map on Hotel, is really important. Now moving on to the second money hill, which is interesting because it's back to back. We have P3, so it will be over here on this fountain. You can climb up on this guy. It's a little ratty, but see a lot of pros do that. And you can also watch over here to this side. So some key callouts for this hill is this is top circle up here, so you can watch gate. You can hop up here. And then over here in this building, that is maps, so a lot of people will sit on some of these boxes. You can watch gate, you can hop over here, you can snake this to watch people coming up from low maps. You can also hop up on that balcony as well, So a lot of people will try and break that so they can sort of look over, get some kills. They'll be even with top circle and allow them to break in. Again, this is one of the money hills. It has the 8th highest average hill time. So it is a big swing spot for a lot of teams. However, it can be really dangerous. You're going to want to try and get the max amount of time that you can early on this hill and then rotate out because, again, talking about the spawn trap, it is pretty nasty. If you guys have seen any of the CDL matches in Control or even Hardpoint, it's just absolutely crazy what people are able to do. You pin them back, and it's really, again, a game changer for really just shutting the other team down and taking a massive lead. So we're going to want to rotate early here. It is difficult. You can try and break out this way. You can start by trying to get into stables. There'll probably be somebody top solo, or they'll be playing top maps. So it is easier said than done, but we'll move on here to the P4, which is a very mixy hill in here on the cannons. So the main thing that you're going to want to do is rotate early and try and execute the trap and really just get the other team pushed back as far as you can. Other key spots, a lot of people are going to be sitting here while they're on the hill. You'll have somebody sort of top you or top trees up there. You can watch your top solo hop as guys will come in through there. Guys can also hop in through the top dub right there. So this will be a really popular spot to sit while you're on time, as well as sitting back here. You can sort of snake behind these cannons as people come in through low art. And we'll just sort of check out the rest of the top. Here you see obviously the boat for top dub. Another key call out, this is top trees. And then people call this top U, top dark, but people are really able to play some angles in here, get creddy, and be able to hold a fair amount of time on this hill. So now we'll rotate over to the P5, which again is really just a contest fest, and you're ultimately trying to trap the other team again. So it's right here, it's the 5th lowest average hill time. But what you're going to want to do is try and trap that other team in the back, like we had mentioned for P3, which is a little bit behind this. You can have people sitting in low art. You can have people top solo. A lot of people will have people open because that's a key spot to block for spawns on the rotation to P1. But there are a fair amount of contest spots. Guys will burst out that door, and you can lay down like this. If they don't know exactly where you're at, depending which team you are, you can be in this corner here. You can watch your closed and open, and they can't see you from top solo. They're going to have to challenge, and hopefully you have some of your teammates over here. Lay down behind the box. You can lay down behind the statue. And then another really contest corner is over here in the anvil corner. You can watch your open. You can watch your closed. You can snake in here. There's a bunch of stuff that probably breaks your aim assist. But those are a few key spots for this map. A lot of people, when they're trying to break out, they will jump over into what they call stables over here. So just trying to get an angle. You can get top maps. You can get top solo. But a lot of times you're going to try and spawn people back in there. People will play up here, again, to set up the trap on map steps, or you have them playing over here to prevent them from coming out gate and really funnel them in through one direction. But just do a couple of hops for you guys. I am running with my new controller with paddles on the back, so it may take a little while to get some gameplay because I'm really trying to get used to it. But some other quick call outs. This is just P1 truck, so a lot of people try and snake this. You can obviously look through and shoot through that. There's two different cubbies, so this is the first cubby. This is the second cubby. Some pretty cheese spots. You can get some random spawns in there as well. And then sort of running around the outside of the map, just get a few more call outs. Here we have fork, so like the forklift, people will be playing back here. People are trying to hit around, whether it's to get P2 spawns or rotate for P1. This is just a mess, but you can't really see too much from here. And then back here we have 18, so people will snake back in here. In some other game modes, people will snake back in here while they're trying to look out these top windows or play people on stage. And I think that's kind of it. As I'm running around the map, that's kind of all that I think we have for callouts for Hardpoint. Again, hopefully this map will sort of take a backseat as we get some additional maps into the map pool. But for now, we do have to play it. It has led to some pretty crazy maps, so I guess that's fun in a way. But at the end of the day, it's all about it being fair and it being competitive. And yeah, I mean, this map kind of stinks. But anyway, that's going to be it for the callouts for Hardpoint. What we're going to do is send it back over to Search and Destroy, where I will pick back up with you guys. I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so here we are back over in the Search and Destroy. So again, pretty similar spawns for Search and Destroy. But this is going to be a pretty quick one. Again, hopefully this is something that gets replaced. And Control is the other mode. I think Hardpoint is alright. It's relatively reasonable. Teams just need to learn how to get out of the trap and win some fights. But we'll go over a little bit about the Search and Destroy. Again, we went over most of the spots already in the Hardpoint. So sorry that took a little while to get through. Obviously, there's a lot of corners that people have to check, which is pretty important here for Search and Destroy. So talking a little bit about sort of the dynamics of how this map plays in competitive is that A-bomb dominates this map. So looking at the overall plants between the A and B bomb site, again, all these statistics are from a spreadsheet from Benjay Nassim. So if you guys do want access to the spreadsheet, you guys can hop into his chat and hit him up. Just don't want to share it because obviously it's not mine. But we have 103 A bomb plants to 13 bomb plants on B. So obviously that is a crazy split. You know, the B bomb site is obviously over in the defending team's spawn. But depending on your strategy, you obviously can work over there after you get a pick or two, play some information, and if you decide that is the best route. And teams, when they get the bomb down on this map, have a 65% win rate when they do end up getting the bomb down, which is pretty interesting. On this map, we do see about a 50-50 split between offense and defense. So more like what we want to see with a Search and Destroy. Obviously, maybe a little bit more defensive heavy, just because teams, in theory, should be playing for defense. And seems like in this game, a lot of the Search and Destroys favor offense. So kind of interesting if you ask me, but 50-50 is not bad. Talking a little bit about first blood win rates. For offense, the first blood win percentage is 75%. Defense, you know, it's 71.5%. So pretty similar, but offense, when they get that pick, really sort of opens up the map. You can get some information and really gives you an advantage on this map. Talking about defense, obviously 65% plant win percentage. For defense, you're really just going to want to prevent the bomb going down. Here, as we switch over to defense, I'll bring up some strategies as well. But offensively, very A-heavy. People will be sitting top U. People will be sitting stone stairs. People will be sitting on these back stairs to try and, again, get that pick, open up the site, and be able to get the bomb down. And as we flip here on over to defense, I'll show you guys. We're still on offense here. I kind of thought we would split. But I'll just run around to the other side of the map. No big deal for Bones. But talking about some sort of strategies, what teams are going to want to do. A lot of times teams are going to push out this P5 area. They'll have somebody sitting here on the steps, whether it be their sniper. You can see here, you can kind of look under this door. And you can see people cross as they come up the back steps. If they dive across from those double doors, and you can sort of use your sound keys, especially if it's in the first round or people just don't have dead silence, people will try and go top solo. A lot of people will try and get some timings. We'll close these up. A lot of people will try and listen in here, get some timings, burst out, get a kill, and get back in. See the likes of Shotzzy do that all the time. Pred loves to do that. The defending team spawns sort of right, over here. So they do sort of have the right of way to the A-bomb. So a lot of people will sit up here. As you guys saw in my video on Fortress, I love to sit here with the sniper. Can hop up here and sort of chow the outer side of the A-bomb. As you can see, a lot of people post-plant will like to be in this spot because you can sort of watch from mid and watch for the wrap, as well as sort of watch the bomb itself. As well, you'll sometimes see some people try and go up into top maps, play up here. You can get a lot of information from up here. You can actually see through to the bomb. Not sure if you can get a bomb down to the point where you can actually hold it from up here. I mean, that'd be pretty nasty, but hold people from coming out of P1. You can hold top solo. You can hold top boat or top dub. So pretty interesting. Again, A dominates this map, so a lot of the strategies will come over here on the A side. Have people sitting up on the haystack, so you can watch people crossing. A lot of people will have somebody either on these outer steps or on hay if they do have a player on these steps, just because of that strategy where people burst out, try and get a quick kill, get the information, and be able to get out with their life. So, talking about B, teams have been effective in planting the bomb at B and getting wins. Of those 13 times the bomb's been planted at B, teams have won 10 of them. So whether it be baiting over towards A, getting a couple kills, or late round just rotating the bomb over to B, teams have been pretty effective in this regard of getting the bomb down and being able to hold it. Again, a lot of times it's late round, so it's 1-2 kills you're looking to get. Obviously, the defending team spawn is over there, so pretty tough to get it over here. But as you can see, there are tons of things to check, tons of corners. So I think that's why we see the effective B plants on this map. Post plant, you can have people sort of snaking back here, looking at top maps. You can have people pushed up. A lot of people like to play this corner for hardpoint, but again, you can watch people coming out of top. You can sound whore them down here in gates. You can have people pushed up and sort of snaking back here behind this sort of little fountain thing over here, hiding behind the bushes. There's just a lot of things to check over here at this B bomb site. So I think it's pretty difficult for a team to be able to realize, unless they see somebody on the cross, that the bomb is going down at B. It's a pretty tough retake, so it is an effective strategy. I'll be interested to see how many teams will take it B during this Major 2 tournament, and we'll see. We'll see if it's a viable strategy. Honestly, more of a 1 or 2 off sort of situation for most teams, again, as A dominates this map. But anyway, we'll see what happens, but we'll talk about a couple of strategies. Again, obviously a lot of people, like I was saying, going to these close steps. A lot of people will break out of this top solo, top dub. Another thing that I saw some teams doing in particular, I saw Optic doing this, so hopefully I'm not doxing them, but a lot of people will take, I have a Semtex on, but you will need frags for it. But if you double nade up, sort of up over that corner, those nades will land right here on this person sitting close steps. So a great way to get that opening pick, and it's pretty interesting to see. It was effective in their map against FaZe, so pretty interesting. But again, as people get the bomb down over here at A, not even sure if I got this off. A lot of people will sit top U. There are just so many corners that people have to play in order to defuse either of the bombs. So that's why on defense it's particularly important for you to try and prevent the bomb going down at all costs if you can, because the retake percentage just really is not great. So much to check, not a lot of time, and if you're just an AR running the trophy, I mean, you are just having a bad day in search overall. But that's going to do it for the search and destroy breakdown. Now we'll finally hop over to control, where we'll break down the atrocity that is Fortress Control. Alright guys, so as we hop over to the Fortress Control, this is just really fugazi. This is the worst map and mode set in the CDL right now in my opinion, but the only thing that you really need to say about this is just spawn trap, spawn trap, spawn trap. You're going to want to have somebody top dubs, can have somebody top solo. Guys are again going to spawn sort of in that close back fountain area on P3. So a lot of times people are going to throw stuns, people are going to dive across to hay, try and get under you into low art. Just going to want to shut that down. Can have somebody sitting closed, watching that outer arch, or from low maps or low green, or you can have somebody sitting outer. Ultimately, the opening break is incredibly important. The defense is able to get, more than 2 down and play their lives. They're going to ultimately win the round. Talking about some of the stats, again, we're going to keep this pretty quick because not a big fan of control. This is sort of the worst of the worst, like I was saying. It's also the third mode on this map, so I broke down a lot of the spots and stuff already. But I'll go over a few key things as well. Talking about the stats, 80% defensive win rate on this map, which is honestly just unfair. Ticks really come at a premium. There's an average of just over 2.3 ticks on average for offense, meaning that people are capturing less than 1 of either A or B per round, which is obviously incredible. And a lot of people would say unfair because most of the pros obviously have great shots and they're going to trap you in the back. See people going on crazy kill streaks, but it sort of makes offense that much more important. Like I was saying, on offense, you're going to want to stay up, get a few kills, try and break out of the trap if you can, play your life and sort of work around. A lot of people try an early push to B, but a lot of it is just not allowing that team to get set up in the trap and get you trapped in the spawn. Again, hopefully this map is going to get replaced with something in Season 2. We have heard that Castle may be coming back, so I'm not sure if that would really be a great control map, if that would just be search or search and hardpoint. I'm not really sure. The more maps, the merrier. The more options we have, just about anything will be better than Fortress Control. But again, as we just quickly go over to the offense, you're going to want to have an opening break, try and get a few kills, and attempt to get out of this crazy trap. Again, a lot of people will try and run out here early, dive across here to hay, and just sort of try and get a few picks. They can get 1 or 2, maybe hop on over here. If you get that guy solo, a lot of people are on the P1 side of the map, can hop behind stage, and a lot of people we've seen this stage have been laying down here in this spot. Damn, I'm a burger. Obviously stunned myself, but a lot of people will sit here and try and get picks through there as their teammates try and flood through and just try and get some overall map pressure. A lot of the other breaks, so I get the Windows update, is a lot of people will try and get here into top maps, just try and get some control, but sometimes there's really just nothing you can do. A lot of people will double chow and just really ensure that they get a trade on one of the guys up here. See a lot of people like Shotzi will do this crazy dive out of the window. More guys have been doing it recently, but ultimately it's just a really tough ask on offense to ultimately get a win. It's just more how many ticks you can get. Again, similar to the hardpoint, you can sit up here in the truck to capture. Another interesting thing is you can sort of lay down here, and you can see people coming out of bottom art. So this is a pretty cruddy spot we've seen people playing. But ultimately, the name of the game is stacking. You also see people laying down here, sort of in this inside corner to secure, as a lot of people will chow wide, especially if you get your trophy up right here. People really have no idea where you're going to be, as you're not going to be getting any hits, but it's really just a difficult ask on offense. Again, 80% win rate for defense. So hopefully this will be taken out as we head into the Stage 3 cycle and the Major 3 qualifiers. But let me know what you guys think of Fortress overall. What modes do you enjoy playing? What modes do you think need to be replaced as soon as possible, aka Control? But that's going to do it for the CDL map breakdown for Bagra Fortress. Again, we went over Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Control. Just wanted to say quickly thank you guys so much for all the support on the recent videos. Really enjoyed making these map breakdowns. Again, I'm not sure exactly what day we're going to be coming out with it, but I will also be doing Mercado as well, going over Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. Another one of the popular map choices for the pros. And then the following week, next week, we will wrap it up with, I believe we have Embassy left, so we'll have Embassy, Hardpoint, and Search and Destroy, as well as the somewhat elusive Hydroelectric Hardpoint. That one, obviously, spawns are crazy. It's an incredibly hectic map, but it is a pretty 50-50 map, so some teams like to play that if given the option. But again, this has been your boy Frankie Bones, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Peace out, guys.